Just a wee bit about myself. I was born in Ireland, came to the United States when I was about 4 years old. Ergo, the call sign that was anointed to me in the Marine Corps as Patty. The only people that refer to me as Patrick are my wife and my mother when I'm in trouble. I really don't like the use of the term Patrick or the name Patrick. But I grew up in Southern California, Los Angeles, and Orange County. I graduated from California State University of Fullerton. Joined the Marine Corps upon graduation and commissioning in January of 1980 and immediately went to the basic school in Quantico, Virginia for 6 months where they teach you leadership, starting at the most basic level. And at the end of that 6 months, you come away, as all Marine officers do, capable of leading a platoon of Marines in combat. From there, I went to naval flight training in Pensacola, Florida for a year, exactly a year, and got my wings, finished first in my class, and was able to select the type model series of aircraft that I wanted to fly, and that was attack helicopters. And I got my second location, and that was Southern California, so at Camp Pendleton in northern San Diego County. From there, I spent almost 7 years in my first squadron and had department head billets in every department up to everything short of being the executive officer or the commanding officer in the squadron. Logistics, maintenance, operations, safety, tactics, training, everything rolled into one. And when I was there, I deployed 3 times overseas. The third time was combat in the Persian Gulf during Operation Earnest Will in the late 80s. From there, I got my dream job and went to Marine Aviation Weapons and Tactics Squadron 1, which is the Marine Corps equivalent of Top Gun. I had previously attended the school as a student, and I got an opportunity that, like I said, the dream job to go back and be an instructor. I was there for 4 years and took part in a lot of classified work involving aviation, but while I was there, I deployed again my second combat tour to the Persian Gulf for Operations Desert Shield and Desert Storm. And upon returning from there, I finished out my 4-year tour at Mott's One and Yuma, and then came back to Camp Pendleton, where I was the operations officer for Squadron and deployed overseas as a maintenance officer for a composite squadron, including Harrier jets and all type model series of helicopters aboard ship. And I was gone for about 8 months. From there, came back, went to school. And you'll notice a trend here that at every rank within the Marine Corps, I attended formal education schools for at least a period of 6 months to a year. And those schools were intended to develop me as a leader, because a large part of each of those curricula were leadership development, but also then how to perform professionally at the next level in anticipation of being promoted to the next levels. From there, eventually I assumed command of Marine Light Attack Helicopter Squadron 169, where I had about 370 Marines and 27 aircraft. From there, again, I went back to school. And returning from school after a year, I was the executive officer for the aircraft group, and then eventually took over as the commanding officer of Marine Aircraft Group 39, which is the largest Marine aircraft group in the Marine Corps, with 200 aircraft and over 5,000 Marines. From that, I decided that it was time for me to get out of the Marine Corps. I turned down 3 sets of orders to the Pentagon, which is the kiss of death for Marines or anybody in any service as far as promotion. I did that knowingly, and I needed to spend more time with my family. So I retired from the Marine Corps and was recruited by Orange County Transportation Authority to become the Executive Director of Human Resources and Organizational Development. And underneath me, I had 6 departments within the organization. I spent time as the interim deputy CEO and actually the interim and acting CEO for a while. And from there, I was recruited away from OCTA to take over as the chief operating officer for an aerospace company in North San Diego County. And following that 4.5-year stint as COO, I moved on to become the CEO of that company. And then medical reasons caused me to jump into retirement. But now that everything's fine, I still need something to do. And that's why I founded my own company, where I am an international business broker working with companies both domestically in the United States and overseas, specifically focused on Latin America, to help them conduct business. But I also, on the side, have a passion for leadership, and I consult with companies who would like to get that leadership education at all levels within their companies.